Hi class, I just want to go over some of the tools for you in case you forgot from the demo. So the first thing is I want to go to this picture, and remember the crop tool. The first thing you need to do is crop this picture down to 4:3. And I have it set on the top. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crop this down. And I'm going to move it all the way down so I get the entire picture because I don't need the sky. And then I simply hit enter, or I can check the green box up here. Alright, first thing you should do is always fix the levels. The first thing I'm going to do is fix the levels right over here in this top area. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to start with my levels, and I'm going to select this area. So I'm going to take the quick selection tool and select out this entire area. If I want to make my tool bigger, next to the letter P on your keyboard, you can increase or decrease the size of your tool with the brackets. And now I'm going to switch the levels on that area. And I'm just using the gray to slightly darken it because I don't really care about the black or the white just yet. Alright, now you can see already this is turning brown compared to the gray. That's because I forgot to do the black and white. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit the black and white. And now my entire picture goes to black and white. I see this is too dark. You can easily go down to your levels. If I click on the levels box again and double click that, it will open up my levels. And inside my levels, I can simply go back and adjust it to where I want it to be. Now I want to make sure the sky matches. I'm not worried about that tree just yet, so I'm going to get the sky as close as possible. Okay, now that I have that done, the tree still here isn't fixed, so I'm going to go over and select just the tree. And I want just that small part of the tree. So I'm going to zoom in, that's Control+. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And I only need this lighter area. So I'm going to shrink my tool down. Again, that's next to the letter P. And I'm going to do Control D to deselect first so I can get just what I want. And I just want the tree out here. So I just want this lighter part. I'm going to select that. Now you can refine edge, but on an area this small, it's not going to matter so much. So I'm going to hit the back arrow to start a new selection. And I'm going to go back up to the levels, and I want to darken just this tree. There they are. And as I slide this, I can lighten and darken the tree so that now just the tree matches. Now I do have this little line between the two, and so let's go fix that. So I've darkened the tree, but I do have that line. So let's review the cloning tool. Now before I work on the cloning tool, I want to make sure I'm in the correct layer. So I'm going to start first by just going ahead and flattening these layers down. Okay, now let's go back to the clone tool. And remember, the clone tool, you have to source it first. So I click the Alt key on my keyboard. I get that bullseye symbol. And now I go over and I'm going to click on here. And it's going to cover up that line. And that looks perfect. Now I still have that seam going up. But remember, in a big open space, you don't need to worry so much about cloning. You can just do a healing tool. So I'm going to the healing tool, and it still has that symbol there because the tree that I sourced before. So I'm going to source a new spot. There's the bullseye. I click one time, I let go, and with the healing tool I can simply click and drag, let it go because it blends right in. The healing tool will blend, it will not cover. So it's blending these two values together and it's perfect. I want to source again close to the spot that I want to work with, and I want to blend over here. I want to source under this dot and just blend away that little dot. Be careful when you get too close to edges. If you are doing the healing tool over here, and I'm going to source, and I start to blend and I go into an edge, as that blends, it's going to make it a fuzzy gray area. It's not going to be a sharp line anymore. So be careful because your tool will blend. So I'm going to Control Z, undo that, or I could go back in my history over here and undo that. But now I just want to go very small with my tool when I'm close to an edge. I source it again, and I'm going to heal away from my selection. There we go. So I zoom out, and my tree looks great. Now, if you haven't done levels across the entire picture, make sure you do levels across the entire picture. So I click on levels, and when I see the entire picture, I see that I don't really have any black yet. So I'm going to pull that black over here to the start of histogram. There it is. That's where the little mountain range or that histogram starts. I don't have any white yet, so I'm going to pull this one over. And there I have the white. Remember, the gray in the middle is if I want to make my picture, my exposure, lighter or darker. So get the exposure that you like. I like a little bit darker so I can see the values in the sky. And I can see I'm going to need to heal up here in the sky. I'm going to heal away this line. I need to clone the rest of this line going across because I want to copy it exactly. So I need to clone and then attach it back over here across the sky that was missing. This area down here, adjust it with levels first, and then take your clone tool and go through and fix up this little line. You could also use the patch tool for that if you'd rather do that. Check out this little black spot here, that little dot over there, and just kind of work with this picture to get it back. Good luck on your tools.